So today's subject is about the importance of being able to express how you feel. Often people with long-term conditions, they can be very stoic about it. They keep their emotions close inside them and they don't share how they're feeling on a day-to-day basis. The reason they do this is because they really don't want to burden people around them with the problems they're having. Unfortunately, that tends not to really work, because if you're not able to share how you're feeling with others, they can become a little bit distant from you. They don't understand what's going on with you, and you think, oh, there's so-and-so just sitting about again today. So being able to express how you feel and what works for you, it's going to go a long way to help you manage your condition. It can help to strengthen relationships, because unless you're able to get that, convey how you're feeling onto others, they're not going to be able to really support you. But if you're giving your friends and family the information they need, then they in turn will be able to help you manage your condition better. Remember, with self-management, what we're looking for is as much help and support as you can get, but don't remember, you're the one that's in control of that, so you're managing this. But just sitting quietly on a chair in pain and not expressing how you feel is not going to help you, and it's not going to help others support you. So everyone's different, and often the hardest part of getting started is actually asking for help. No one really likes to go and ask others for help. If you're sitting in a lot of pain and you're not really managing a condition that well on a particular day, it can feel like a big step to go and ask for help. But that is a vital part of being able to manage your condition, is being able to go and ask for that help. So asking friends and family and being able to express how you feel and is going to be important. If you don't express this, you may start to feel isolated, and this can lead to relationship breakdowns. If you're isolated, it's more likely the person you're living with or the people you're living with are going to be isolated from you as well. So, and that'll end up you not being able to get the help you need. So we kind of move on to communication. And the communication part we're looking at mainly when you go and visit GPs or health professionals. And good communication is going to be vital in being able to get the most out of those sessions. So through a good communication, you'll be able to share information and experiences, and you'll be able to ask the right questions. So if we get a GP appointment, they're often very short, 10 minutes maximum. If you don't go in with any kind of plan, you can easily go into those sessions, sit down, doctor tells you a few things, and you end up going away kind of none the wiser. Whatever he says got in one ear out the other, and any questions you have, you've forgotten about. So good communication can help you deal with these situations a lot better, and having a little plan in place and questions in place can help you. But we'll move on to that in a second. So always things to remember is don't be afraid to ask questions when you go into any of these appointments, and we always want to look to ask for clarification, so additional information, and just to reassure that you've got the correct information in the first place. It's vital to remember there's no such thing as a silly question. If you're going to see a doctor or a health professional of any type, there is no such thing as a silly question. You may be sitting thinking, oh, I'm not too sure about asking this, but ask the question anyway. The doctor will answer you, and if he feels it's irrelevant, he'll let you know. So there's no such thing as a silly question, so if you're unsure about it, just ask it. Always think about any issues that would trouble you before you go to visit your health professional. So if there's things that have been bothering you in the back of your head, think about those and then think how you're going to deal with those. So before you go into any appointment with a GP or health professional, think about writing down the questions and queries you have before you go in. Have a notepad with you that you can take notes. If you're uncomfortable with that, and you can always bring in a friend or health professional with you who might be able to take notes for you. Somebody who's trusted that you'll be able to take in and be able to take those notes for you. It's okay to ask questions if you're unsure, and then we always look to sort of like clarify questions. So our top tips are: identify any problems that are troubling you. So think of anything that's kicking about in the background that's troubling you before you go into any of these appointments. Write down any questions you have. So write those questions down, because in these appointments your head will tend not to be quite there, and it's really you'll be sitting thinking, oh, I had a question. That question will disappear. So if you've got it written down, you've got that question, you'll be able to ask the healthcare professional, doctor, GP, physio, whatever. Understand what issues are the greatest concern to you. So think, what's the issues that are really bothering me, and have that as your top one or two questions that you're going to ask. Think about how you'll get the information across when you're at the appointment. So if you're not too clear about speaking to the GP, you could have it all written down, and you could be able to sort of pass that over as a note that this is a question you're hoping to ask them, and you've got that note written down. Think about the best way to express yourself effectively. It can be very daunting speaking to health professionals, and we tend to sort of back off when they speak with authority, and we think, well, we don't have any authority to speak back to them. But you do have that authority to, ask questions that relate to you, and ask it in the correct manner. Describe some solutions that you've thought about yourself. So you may have thought, well, if I do X, it may result in Y. So there may be some solution that you've got in your head that you may be able to discuss with the doctor or GP, and that gives them an idea of something that might work. And again, they can discuss that with you. Important to listen and take notes, so that you can clarify any information that's coming and being provided to you. So when we talk about clarification, we quite often talk about active listening. So active listening is a skill where you paraphrase back something that's been said to you. So if a doctor says to you, I'd like you to take this medication because it's going to help with, you would just repeat back to them, so you would like me to take this medication because it's going to help with. That way there's no misunderstanding of what's been said, because you've paraphrased straight back to them what they've said, and they can either say, yeah, that's what I mean, or they can say, no, that's not what I mean. And through active listening, we're able to get the correct information, so we're not going away not 100% sure of what has been actually said to us. So try to be concise. Don't waffle off into the corners. I'm tending to waffle off here, but try and be concise and to the point. Remember, these appointments are only 10 minutes at maximum, so you need to get your point over in a straightforward manner. If you're unsure about anything, again, ask for clarification, so that's that active listening. And if you're really unsure about that, you can always take somebody to the appointment. So take someone with you who would be able to clarify, ask the questions for you, take notes. The last part we've got in this is it can be quite tempting with long-term condition to let others step in and take over for you. So everyone's willing to give you a bit of help, and sometimes it can be, okay, I'm just going to, I'm struggling today, I'm finding tasks a little bit difficult. That's great if so-and-so comes in and does it. And that's fine once every now and again, but if it becomes a habit, then over time you become more and more reliant on these people and less able to do these things yourself. Self-management is about managing that condition yourself and not handing that responsibility onto others. It's about you taking control of it. You're using your friends and family as a support network, and it's really about encouraging them to support you through these difficult times. So that's a little section today, and it's all about the importance of being able to express how you feel, and I hope that's useful, and I'll get you back on the next one.